Hello everyone, this is Revati for Kat Scrappiness. Today I have this beautiful floral card for you guys, perfect for the holiday season. For all you card makers who love floral designs, I have this Poinsettia Layering Die Set by Kat Scrappiness, which is large enough to cover your entire A2 size card fronts. Before I show you the product up close, I would really appreciate if you could take a minute to subscribe to the Cat Crappiness channel and hit the bell icon to get notified each time we post a new video. Also, in the video, I will be sharing some of my favorite crafty products by Cat Scrappiness. Don't miss that. Let's take a look at this beautiful poinsettia layering die set by Cat Scrappiness. It is a set of 6 dice, perfect to create a beautiful floral arrangement for your card fronts. I have 4 layers of the flowers, the largest one measuring 4 inches across. If you take a closer look at the die, you will notice that it comes with beautiful stitched detailing on each of these petals. Well, that adds a lot of texture and character to our flowers. I have 4 of these flowers in 4 different sizes, perfect to stack one over each other. Also, we have a die which creates the leaves for our poinsettia. This one also comes with that stitched detailing. The last and the final piece is the little piece that creates the center of our flower. It's a very tiny and delicate piece which is perfect to embellish our flower. I like to store these dies on these magnetic sheets when I put them into the pocket. These sheets hold my dies together. Here's a look at how beautifully and precisely these dies cut out. I used an 80-pound red cardstock to cut the petals. Take a closer look at all that stitched detailings on my flowers. I used my Gemini Junior die cutting machines to cut out these flowers. For my leaves, I used a scrap piece of bright green cardstock and cut for the little centerpiece, I used a gold cardstock. Well, even on the leaves, you see all of that stitched detailing. Now, even though we will be stacking up all of these layers over each other to get a lot of dimension on our flower, I wanted to add a little more character to our flower. So I decided to curl up the petals of the flowers. For that, I have this full-size Teflon bone folder and scoring tool by Kat Scrappiness. This bone folder is a very sturdy product and gives me a lot more control when I'm trying to curl up the edges of the petals. Well, you could also use a pencil or a pen or even a Sharpie marker. The curling definitely gives a lot more texture and dimension to our flowers. I did the same curling to all of the 4 layers of my flower. I did leave the leaves as is since I plan to lay them flat on my card front. Now that we have all our leaves curled up, we can stack these layers over one another to create a beautiful poinsettia arrangement. Before we stack the layers, I wanted to add some shine to our flowers. So I grabbed my metallic watercolors and I plan on lining the edges of each petal of the flower. Well, all I did here is grab some watercolor on my paintbrush and dragged it along the edges of each petal. You don't have to be perfect here. It's okay if the watercolor smudges towards the inside or anywhere on the flower or the petal. That I feel gives a lot more organic look to our flowers. Once I was done with the edging, both on the flowers and the leaves, I took an old cardboard box, which well is my splatter box. I kept all of these layers and leaves into the box and added small droplets of the same gold metallic watercolor. Note that the paint here is more concentrated to get small splatters. Well, if you add more water to the paint, the splatters will be bigger and less concentrated. I will leave the petals and the leaves to dry while we take a couple of minutes to talk about some of my favorite products by Kat Scrappiness. Well, this would be my holiday gift guide, perfect for all your crafty friends. My first very favorite is the Simple Sentiments stamp set. It's a 4x6 stamp set which comes with a variety of sentiments perfect for so many occasions. I love this set as it would be used throughout the year. You could stamp all of these sentiments all at once, and to cut them out, we have a coordinating die set. If you look carefully, the stamp set has a cross mark on all 4 corners which aligns perfectly with the cross mark on the die. I like to store all of these die cut sentiments within the same stamp pocket. You could stamp them on different colored cardstocks using different kind of inks and have all of them ready to go as you create your cards. Well, apart from cutting out the sentiment strips, another fun way to use the coordinating die is to cut out little strips using brown cardstock. I found this would be perfect to create a brick wall look for your card fronts. Here's an example where I use those little brown strips to create my brick wall. Moving on, I have the 3D pop up die. Well, I love my interactive pop up cards, and this makes my card making so convenient. The pack includes the main frame and three strips with pre scored lines. You can also get add on dies along with this box die. First, we have the Stitched Hill add on die, which has this beautiful stitched border. Next, we have the grass border add on, and finally, we have the waves. Well, this is a perfect gift bundle, the mainframe box, along with all of these add on dies. Perfect as a die set bundle and a beginner interactive bundle. Third on my list is this diamond wire and wood grain frame backdrop die. Well, this die comes in various sizes. We have one that measures 5 by 7, A2 size, slimline, and mini slimline frames. Well, though these cut out beautiful diamond wire pattern, I prefer using it to add beautiful embossed pattern on my card fronts. I will show you later in the video how I created this embossed look. Moving on to another product which is my favorite and something that I would 100% recommend is this telescopic embossing powder tool. This one has a retractable brush. You no longer have to deal with those messy powder bags. It's very easy to use this tool. All you have to do is remove the lid from the brush and tap some of that powder onto your cardstock. Once you're done, just pull the end where you see the powder reservoir back. Brush will automatically be retracted into the tool and you can close the cap and push the powder reservoir end back into its position. This will ensure that your brush is not damaged while you lock the lid. The tool comes with a bag of anti-static powder in an airtight zipper pouch. You can also buy more of these bags which are sold separately on the Kat Scrappiness website. Next on my list are the Kat Scrappiness embellishments. Well, Kat Scrappiness has some really high quality embellishments, be it the latest sparkly glitter sprinkle mixes or the pearl dots. We have embellishments for every occasion, be it Christmas, Halloween, or even for a general birthday or thank you card. There is a variety of packs of these ranging from solid round confetti mixes to polymer clay mixes. All of these can be used to embellish your card fronts or used in your shaker cards. Well, if I'm talking about embellishments, I have to include the small triangle trays too. I have four colors of trays here: black, white, pink, and a very light blue. They are perfect to hold your embellishments while you're working on your card fronts. Well, for your shaker cards where you might need a lot more of these sequences, I have this embellishment funnel trays. The tray comes with a cap to keep your embellishments or powders secure until you're ready to pour them out. Last but not the least, don't forget to check out the variety of gift cards that we have available on our website. Why not surprise a friend or a loved one with a Kat Scrappiness gift card? You could choose gift cards ranging from $10 to $200. These gift cards can be redeemed easily at Kat Scrappiness just by entering the code during checkout. They work on everything in the Kat Scrappiness store. Well, that's it about my gift guide. Coming back to our card, now that the watercolor on the flower is all dried up, it's time to assemble our flower. Since I want my flower to have a lot more dimension, I'm using thin foam squares at the center of each layer. You could stack them flat over each other using some liquid glue as well. Well, once my flower is ready, let us now work on the background. Here, I did one of my favorite techniques where I used the diamond wire and wood grain frame backdrop die to create an embossed background. I'm using my Cricut Cuttlebug die cutting machine. So for that, I will first place the thick A plate over which I have my B plate and the flexible rubber mat. It is this mat that will allow the design to get embossed onto the paper rather than cutting through the paper. Over the flexible mat, I have my cardstock and the die. And finally, I have the B plate. I will run the sandwich through my die cutting machine. Well, take a look at how gorgeous this pattern is. Not only did it emboss the wire design, but it also embossed the detailed wood grain frame. I will be assembling this onto an A2 size top folding note card. For my sentiment, I chose the Merry Christmas sentiment from the Reindeer Games sentiment stamp set. Using some Versamark Onyx black ink, I stamped it onto a strip of white cardstock. I did the same gold metallic watercolor edging on my sentiment strip. I did cut the leaves so that it fits perfectly onto my card front, leaving some space for my sentiment strip. I stuck the leaves first using some liquid glue. Then for the flower, I applied the slightest amount of glue on the center of the flower and adhered it over the leaves. Well, for the sentiment strip, I wanted some dimension for which I used a thin strip of foam tape. Oh well, don't forget that little gold piece on the center of our flower. Well, I did almost forget about it. We can now adhere this card front onto a top folding note card using some strong double-sided tape. Here's a look at the finished card. I love how this turned out. Well, off camera, I went ahead and created a similar card using the same poinsettia die and the embossed background. But instead of a sentiment strip, I added the joy word die cutout using some gold cardstock and mounted this onto a red color note card. I had so much fun creating these cards, and I hope you had fun watching it too and got inspired. I will leave a link down in the description box below for all the supplies that I used in today's video. Also, don't forget to check out all of my favorite products on the Kat Scrappiness website and take advantage of all the fun surprises we have on our website. I would love for you to become a subscriber to our channel, and if you do subscribe or are already a subscriber, please make sure to hit the bell icon so that you get notified each time we post a new video. Hit the like button and let us know in the comments down below if you have any ideas or suggestions. Also, if you'd like to share your creations, please tag us on our Instagram at Kat Scrappiness. There's a link to that in the description box below. Thank you again for joining me today. Until next time, stay safe.